Good day everyone, this is John Isbuhian and now I will discuss to you another constitution under the Republic of the Philippines, which is the 1935, the Commonwealth Constitution. What is Commonwealth? It is defined as an independent country, especially a democratic republic. So after the Treaty of Paris, or after the colonization of Spain in the Philippines, so our country was under the new colonizers. It is colonized again by new colonizers, which is the United States of America. They say that it is a transitional administration to prepare the country to its full independence. So in year 1898 to 1901, the Philippines was under the military government. So until the civil government was established. So they say that US will take the Philippines for benevolent and noble purposes. From His Excellency President McKinley, he said that Philippines are not of United States to exploit, but to develop, civilize, educate, and train Filipinos in the science of self-government. So under the Commonwealth Constitution, there are two acts of U.S. Congress for the Philippines to have qualities of constitutionality. The first one is the Philippine Organic Acts of 1902. So it is the first organic law for the creation of the Philippine Assembly. In the Philippine Organic Acts of 1902, there are two provisions. The first one is the civil and human rights, and then the second is the privilege of legislation. So the legislative power will be vested in a bicameral legislature. So this privilege of legislation, it is composed of Philippine Commission as the upper house and the Philippine Assembly as the lower house. Now compared to our new constitution, which is the Senate as the upper house. However, the lower house is the Congress. So 10 years have passed, now there is still no serious move or serious action for the Philippine independence. That is why Filipino politicians, they pressured Americans to stand their promise, which is to establish the independence of our country, which is the Philippines. So there is an second act of U.S. Congress, which is the Philippine Autonomy Act of 1916. It is commonly called as Jones Law. So here in this act, it is the official document which clearly promised of the Philippine independence. So it is truly elected national legislature. So the Philippine Commission was removed and replaced with the Senate as the upper house. So the US here in this act declared to end their sovereignty and recognize Philippine independence. So there are also two independent successive missions for the Philippines to achieve independence. The first one is in year 1932, which I have researched. It is called as Oxrock's mission, and they presented the Hair Horse Cutting Act. So in this act, they promised of granting Filipinos independence. It is led by Sergio Osmeña and Manuel Rojas. However, it is opposed by the Senate President Manuel Alcazar and eventually rejected by the Philippine Senate. So in year 1934, they are also called Tydings-McDuffie Act, or what we commonly known as Philippine Independence Act. So it is to take the effectivity of the Philippine independence on the 4th day of July, year 1946. So it is the establishment of formal constitution by the Constitutional Convention. So this Constitutional Convention, the members was elected, and they held their first meeting on the 30th day of July of year 1935, which is they elected unanimously their president, who is Claro M. Recto. So that's all for my report. And
Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you learned a lot.